I'm Francesca Lamargia. I'm the founder and director of Mother Tongues. I set up this organization because I felt that there was a need to raise awareness of the benefits of bilingualism, plurilingualism for the new generation of young children who are being raised in Ireland, who are growing up speaking more than one language, including Irish, of course. And at the time, there was no other service that was directly working with families who are intending to raise their children bilingually. So because of my background and my research in bilingualism, I realized that there was a lot of need for parents to be reassured and also to have information that was based on research that would give them the confidence to raise children with whatever languages they had in their family.
I am Elena Cristofanon and I am the operations manager at Mother Tongues, which means that I oversee all the activities that Mother Tongues does throughout the year. And I'm also the manager of the Mother Tongues Festival. I've been working in Mother Tongues since the very beginning in 2017, and I have seen all the phases that Mother Tongues have been through, and it's been an incredible journey.
My name is Hannah Oberhofer. I'm the Participation and Learning Coordinator at Mother Tongues. I communicate a lot with families who attend Language Explorers workshops, and I do a lot of outreach work. So I'm trying to liaise with new communities who are not yet engaging with Mother Tongues. Because I'm working a lot in Language Explorers workshops, I see a lot of families who are sometimes struggling with raising bilingual or plurilingual children, and they find this a very encouraging space for them, where they can use their family languages, but they're also exposed to other families who also have different languages and who are talking to their children in those languages. And to just have this as an encouraging space and also a support network so they can always reach out to us or to other families, I think that's really important.
I'm Barbara and I'm Spanish Italian. I'm Julia's mom, and we've been doing these workshops with Mother Tongues since 2 years ago, since Julia was around 3. And at home we exposed Julia to different languages. Our minority languages are Spanish, Italian and Galician, and she's also learning English and Irish from school, community and her dad. Activities we've done was art, music and storytelling workshops and the Mother Tongues Festival. I think their work is very important, especially bringing multicultural families together.
My name is Aideen Kelly and I'm the principal of Paradise Place Educate Together National School, formerly St Mary's Primary School. And we have worked with Mother Tongues for a long number of years now, particularly using their Language Explorers workshops, but also through lots of other different collaborations over the years. Our school community is very diverse. 88% of our children speak English as an additional language. So finding ways to promote linguistic diversity is a key part of the work that we do. Language awareness and children's awareness of their home language and developing, I suppose, a sense of pride in their home language is a really important part of the work that we do. And Mother Tongues just do that work so brilliantly with families in the community too, and we find our partnership with them is very enriching for what we do at school, and we work together really well.
I'm Leila. I'm an intern for Mother Tongues. I choose to work with Mother Tongues because I think their work is really essential for families, but especially children coming from multicultural backgrounds, as myself, because I grew up with a double culture in Belgium, and I really struggle speaking my mother tongue and connecting with my roots. So when my mom spoke to me in Arabic, I systematically responded in French, and I think it's because of the lack of representation around me. I just wanted to be like the others and erase that difference of mine. And even though I was going to the Arabic school every weekend, I had no interest in learning Arabic at the time. So I honestly think that if I had a project like Mother Tongues when I was younger, I would have been more comfortable and more confident and willing to learn my mother tongue. So this is why I choose to work with them, and I think that they're doing an amazing job.
Mother Tongues evolved over the years, and we have a strand of work which is primarily focused on professional development, especially of all the adults who work with young children, so that they are confident themselves to advise parents about bilingualism. But also we felt that there was a strong need for practical activities that parents could do with their children where they could use their own language. And the complexity of it is that there are more than 100 languages spoken in Ireland. So we thought that instead of offering an activity for every language that we have in the country, we will create a playing opportunity, a space where children and parents can interact, they can play, and they can do so creatively. And we thought that the best people to deliver this kind of work would be artists.
We usually work with artists who are not originally from Ireland and who are usually bilingual or multilingual. And this is not just because we need a variety of languages to work with, but also, and maybe most importantly, because for us it's very important that the artists serve as role models for the children we have in the room. I think one of the most moving things I've seen in Language Explorers was when we went to a school and there was a girl from African heritage, and the artist we had with us that day was from Uganda. So probably for the first time in the classroom, that girl saw a black woman who was doing something amazing and was leading the full room of children and bringing all of them with her in this activity. And that was so amazing to see, because the little girl was just looking at her in awe, and you could see that she was, finally represented, and that I'm sure made an impact on her. And this is something that happens lots of time when, for example, we have an artist who speaks Brazilian Portuguese and she goes in a class or she does a workshop with the families, and you have one child that is from the same country or whose family is from Brazil as well. And they just light up when they see somebody that speaks the same language as their parents, and maybe it's the first time that they encounter somebody else, and they don't feel weird anymore, and they feel like, oh, there's somebody that is so cool that speaks the same language as my family, so I am allowed to do that as well. And I think this is one of the biggest impact we have with our work.
My name is Paola Invernizzi and I'm a visual artist working in arts and participation. Mother Tongue supports artists with a multilinguistic background, and that maybe are not native, so they are not rooted in the Irish society, by giving them the same opportunities. So for example, the art residency that I've done last year really helped me because they put me in contact with other artists, and through these connections I also meet new realities. So it's like a network that is up to date with what you need.
I'm Fernanda Ferrari, and I have been working with Mother Tongues doing Language Explorers for now 1 year. Probably we did 40 of these workshops for families and children between 3 and 6 years old, and always having been an amazing experience for me. One of the aspects is the language. For example, for me to speak in English sometimes, I can't express myself, so I understand the feeling of a lot of people who are here and being vulnerable to allow themselves to come to a place that they don't know, to play with someone that they don't know.
When we started to work with Mother Tongues in the beginning, we were looking for support with how to best support both parents and children with language awareness and developing a pride in their home language. We wanted support to get the message across that speaking your home language is a good thing, and that it's important for children's language development, that they know and are very comfortable using their home language. The message we want to give to our families is to speak their home language at home, and to bring it into school and use it in school too. And I suppose for us, Mother Tongues was just a perfect fit in terms of that was the same messaging that they were giving. Francesca has all of the research, so she was very well positioned, I suppose, to come and speak to both our families and our teachers about what the research said, and to put that into very practical terms through things like the Language Explorers workshops, where teachers could see how easy it was to bring children's home languages into the classroom. And we've always found when we do the Language Explorers workshops, it kind of gives a little spark of interest. It reignites a passion in the children and in the staff around home languages, and every time we do it, we get more from it.
We often have really nice feedback from families, and they tell us that when they come to our training, they feel that we give them a little bit of juice to continue doing what they're doing. to get a bit of reassurance that what they're doing is actually fine and that all they need is an extra little bit of conversation or a boost to their confidence. Parents really love interacting with other families because they can see that there are others in the same situation. So we also get really nice stories about how parents instill confidence in each other. And ultimately, when parents participate in our activities with their children, they often tell us, which to me is really important, that they've discovered that they're enjoying something that they can do together, that they can replicate at home. And so what's really good is that anything that parents learn with us, they can do anywhere else. And to us, this is really important because it means that the impact goes beyond the individual session.
I think what we liked about the workshops that made us want to come back every time was how warm and friendly they were, and as well the creative and the fun part of it. The biggest impact of mother tongues for families, I think, is the fact of facilitating a place where families get together and kind of building that community, that multicultural community.
I think Mother Tongues is really unique because it combines so many different aspects of life. So looking at languages, looking at families, looking at the arts, working with children, but also, for example, working with international protection applicants. So it's just looking at what's important at the moment in our societies and for a lot of families, because there are so many families here in Ireland, but also worldwide, that speak more than one language. And the arts are just a really, really good way to engage with each other, but also with languages, with cultures. And I think that is so unique and really needed, which is why it's such a great place for families to engage with us and for artists to be welcomed.
I think art is a really amazing tool to connect with people. The structure of the workshop, I start with a storytelling, sharing my story when I was a kid and how I moved to Ireland. After that, I propose for them to create some art project, something really simple. But the idea is for the parents and the children create that together. So it's not just for the children. We listen to the parents. We encourage the parents to be creative and simple, have some fun and be in the present and forget about what is outside.
When I think of mother tongues, I think of a reality made by people that have a strong passion about language, about art, about real situations that need to be addressed. And with that, I mean the reality that we are living in Ireland. So there is a multilingual reality where there is a need to keep the value of the second language, to help people, to support parents and kids to find a way to sustain the beauty of their language, of their diversity, of their culture, because it's a point of richness. So Mother Tongues is very supportive not only of the family and the kids, but also of the artists that they want to involve in this celebration and exploration of the languages. And I think of myself, when you are a freelancer, you are on your own in everything. So to find someone that can make you feel not alone in a supportive and intelligent way is unbelievable, is amazing. So in that sense, they are unique.
Since the creation of Mother Tongues, we've achieved a lot, considering we're a small organization. We've evolved also through COVID and through the many years of kind of developing ideas, testing them, evaluating them, and seeing what is more useful to the community, what people appreciate more, what they need more. And so I think we will continue to evolve depending on what demands we have, and our society is changing, so I'm sure our programs will change as the society changes too. And I think for the future, what I would feel is very important for an organization like Mother Tongues is to be sustainable, not only financially sustainable, but also it's an organization that people see as fundamental in Irish society. They value it and they want to keep coming to our activities and sustaining our activities.
I can't recommend working with Mother Tongues highly enough. Our collaboration with them each and every time enriches what we do at school. It brings a diversity, it brings an opportunity to explore children's languages and their diversity and to celebrate all that's different about us, but maybe all that's the same. And it brings people together, it creates a sense of community. The facilitators are always excellent and it is something that we would not be without.
you.